All right, and welcome back for another episode of Carnivore Trades. Today is Friday, August 23rd, 2024. If you've not done so already, please give the video a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. Carnivore Trades turns 3 today, by the way, August 23rd. Anyway, let's get into it. So markets here finishing up about 1%. Well, we've got about 15 minutes left until the closing bell here, so we may be up or down a dollar or so here, but spiders here basically up 1%. Same thing with the Qs. Russell 2000 is the big winner, 3% gain there. I know Tom Lee is happy today, and a lot of people were dunking on the Russell. All it did was sell off for 3 days. So small cap summer's back. And again, I talked about this, speculating like, look, watch that monthly candle. If that bounces back up, you're going to have an inside hammer, which is not bearish. So really, it's just a bull back test of the moving averages after the breakout with volume. And we'll talk about this in a minute, but going into next week, we're probably going to be, I would say, continue to have a bull bias. The reason for that is bears had a chance to knock us down on Jackson Hole today. Twice. We held 5,600. We had a failed breakdown attempt right there. We called that out in the trading room. Nice little move there for the spiders and for SPX, holding 5,600. And why does it matter that they have to do it now? Why can't they just do it next week? Well, most of the big boys are going to be gone by Tuesday. So again, Labor Day weekend next week. We're going to have light volume. It's going to be the dog days of summer, unless you get some major geopolitical thing going on, where we're probably just going to kind of float neutral to higher. So I'm expecting 5,700 by the end of summer. So, with the end of next week, that might even be on Monday, and then they could just kill premium for the next 4 days. I mean, that's certainly possible. But right now, what I see here is just a bull structure. So inside bar, yeah, you had a reversal candle yesterday, but again, looking at SPY, not really any volume behind it. So not enough. And again, we've talked about this before. There's differences between engulfing, right? This one here has a good uptick in volume, and it was after a higher volume reversal candle as well. This one here, a lot of people said, oh, it was it's big engulfing. Yes, it was engulfing, but not really enough to really do much there. So right now I still see this as bull consolidation, and we're just filling out a range here. ES, same kind of look. Actually, looks even, like I would say, it looks even better here on the ES. But either way, that's what we're doing, and yeah, that's why I stress this. Especially early in the week, I say, well, bears got a chance here if they can do some damage, and they haven't done it. So you run out of time. That's what happened. So Powell didn't say anything that we didn't think he was going to say. It basically indicated a policy change that was telegraphed big time. So the market, a lot of whipsaw, but ultimately it seems like the market, was kind of expecting that. So in any case here, that is the long and short of it right now. I would not try to fight the tape going into next week. There is still a little bit of bull euphoria, at least in the terms of, I've talked about sentiment. AAII yesterday, 51.6. That's really high. So maybe we get like a bull, like kind of euphoric pop here, and then that's when we pull back. But I'm not expecting us to really pull back until we get up to that 57 handle. If we do pull back, it'll be through time and not price. So that's kind of what I'm expecting here at this point. And that's really it. So Qs here, up 85 basis points. Again, they underperformed, but again, dispersion is out there, and it's helping out the small caps. So Qs outside of Monday, they've basically just been sideways. They are still green on the week, but sideways since Monday, but nothing wrong with that pattern. Again, we basically hit the 786, which is what we talked about yesterday, and just kind of putting in a base there. Eventually, you'll want to see this lead if we're going to be bullish into the end of the year. But right now it's okay. And look at all these other sectors. We're going to talk about them. VNQ, we've been talking about this and telling you how strong that is. XHB, it's very hard to short home builders. I say that stuff for a reason. I know you guys don't think I mean it, but I do. KRE, Huge move today, almost at 52-week highs. XLV, all-time highs. Oh, and by the way, where's the breadth bears? RSP beat the spiders and QQQ to new all-time highs and new all-time weekly closing highs. Very good setup here. Inside bar, gap down, close back inside of it. Those of you guys who've been with me for a while, you know that's one of my favorite looks. So a lot of sectors here getting some love. Transports. So even XLE, higher low there. So a lot of other sectors are taking up the mantle, and that's fine. Everybody's complaining that tech was, tech's doing too much of the heavy lifting. And now that tech isn't doing the heavy lifting, people are complaining about that. So, you're always going to find people that are unhappy. But in any case here, so Russell 2000 up 3%, big move there. We talked about the monthly, very, very good. Dow almost at all-time highs there via the diamond. We talked about that little trend line there. There's the YM peaking above that. Semiconductors up 1.8. Again, NVIDIA earnings next week. Look, the JV squad is going to be at the office. They have two jobs: don't let the market crash and pump NVIDIA. I think that's probably their goal for next week. So, I think that they're just going to turn the algos on Monday and just leave. So it's kind of predetermined, if you ask me. But semiconductors holding up again, putting in a base here, just like everything else. IGV again continues to be strong, back testing this trend line. We can extend that out if we want, but perfect back test there. Again, that needs to do more basing, I think. But I mean, look at that move. But yeah, that's going all-time highs too. Transports again, 1.5% gain. The economy is crashing, but this is why we just follow price. Follow price. Ascending triangle. That's all it is. If the economy crashes, the charts will tell us. All right. So interest rates, again, the market's defying rates right now, and that can go on for a while. But obviously the 2-year yield coming in, Fed funds is still all the way up here at 5.33. So they're only going to cut down to, close to 5%, or it'll be a 25. So effective Fed funds would be around 5%, but it'd be 5 to 5.25, I'm assuming. They're not going to cut more than that. If they did, the market would freak out. So don't expect anything more than that at the moment. Fives did not take out the lows of the week, neither did 10s and 30s. So long end still staying firm. Again, I'm skeptical here. I think that this is kind of priced in here. So I'm skeptical that yields are really going to fall through too much to the downside in the short term. The 2-year might, but the 10s and 30s I don't think will. And I think there's actually room for a squeeze here in the 10s, possibly to 420. I am not playing that right now. If I see something I like, I might play it, but that's just my kind of thought right now. It's not like Powell said anything that we knew exactly what he was going to say, and he said exactly that. So after the knee jerk, we might get, maybe we'll see a bounce there. XHB, again, home builders up 4%. New all-time high, new all-time weekly closing high. Not the new all-time high yet. VNQ, again, I talked about this for weeks. This did not sell off with the rest of the market, right? That is a huge sign of strength. That is at new multi-year highs. So we're going to a pivot at 95. There are some pivots up here. This might want to go to 100 though. This is put in a really nice base. So commercial real estate, the economy's crashing though. XLF up 35 cents, new all-time high, new all-time closing high. Financials, strong. KRE, big outside move, 5% gain. KBE, 4.21% gain. Broker dealers, new all-time high, new all-time closing high. Oil, up 2.6. Higher lows here. And again, this kind of bucking the trend. This, I think, maybe this is kind of supporting my theory here on yields a little bit. Obviously, yields have not, confirmed that yet. But oil, right? Shouldn't oil be selling off? So somebody's lying here. And it's not like it's up massively. So it's not like there's a geopolitical something that's going to happen over the weekend. But it's up, and it's definitely up. It's not just like fractionally higher, 2.5%. Still oil in a range though, and I have zero bias on oil. I do like the energy stocks though, and I think they are starting to get attractive. I like the higher low on XLE. I like the XOP higher low attempt, and I think OIH here, I think this Bear Island here is going to fail. I still like the monthly, as you guys know. CCJ, good job. Congratulations to the bulls there, getting above 42, and a weekly close above 42, so that's good. So we reclaimed that old point of control, which was a bullish inside bar. And, you know, it gapped into support and into the 100 moving average. So good bounce there. I think some of the other uranium stocks are starting to look a little bit better. URNM up 8%. That was weak yesterday, right? And now, look, just flip the script here. You just gapped above the 20. And now look at how much better it looks today. And on the weekly there. So they're definitely looking a little bit better here. And there's the NJ. So not bad. Definitely firmed up a bit here. Nat gas on the weaker side. It did finish with a little tail, so it can try for a higher low. There's room for a higher low too. And I don't think it, even if it goes down to back to the lows, I don't think it stays past 2 very long, just based on seasonal effects. But not really much going on in the gas market today. Dollar index just roasted. I thought this would bounce more today. I just figured everything would be priced in. I was a little surprised, and I was surprised with gold, which I'll talk about in a second. But dollar in this little double bottom here, I would assume it's going to maybe pierce that. Monday, maybe pierce 100. You could even get down to 99.50. And then I think you'll get a sizable bounce there on the DXY. If you don't before then. And the reason I say that is this is, you know, things have to be priced in to an extent here, I would imagine. And we're going into a technical level too. So, but dollar getting trounced. And for gold, you know, I would have thought, I'm not surprised we had the big pop, but I would have thought it would have been like a one and done. And then now it starts a pullback, you know, like a blow off, mini blow off move. And then now it's going to pull back again, because when you run up into a volatility event, usually it prices it in. Again, I said yesterday, I'm not expecting it to sell off. I mean, I would just say like maybe a pullback. But hey, it's holding up, bullish inside bar on the daily, new all-time high, new all-time weekly closing high. Add that to the pile of other things it's ripping. Silver here, knocking on the door of 30. I don't know if it has enough to get through it right now, but yeah, it's up nicely. That's going to 35. And then platinum here up 1.6. Acting well, starting to firm up. Palladium, acting well, starting to firm up. Copper, acting well, continuing to firm up. 1.3%. I thought it might roll over today. I wasn't sure if I was going to have. And by the way, dollar crashing, basically. Yields down big. Oil and copper up. So this is why I say just follow price here. So Bitcoin has a look to it right now, and we'll see. We'll find out. I'll be back on Monday to talk to you about this, but I might go out on a limb here and say this could be an impulsive move. I don't really have any basis for that other than just experience, I guess. It's got that look to it. But we'll find out tomorrow, but you'll know pretty quickly if it is. But it's got to get through 63 to 64 right now. Nice inside bar. I mean, this is a perfect bet. And the people panicking on this, it's just a big bull flag. This is one of the fattest bases you're going to ever see. I do like Bitcoin now, and I think it's getting ready to take off. If not now, then in, I don't know, a month. But I think that this is setting up here. So, yeah. ETH outside move up too. And Solana. It's similar setup here. I know there's a lot of lines on here. But you look at, well, that's a 2-week chart. That is a good pattern right there. So, as is that. So, I don't know. This could be impulsive, but you got to get through this area. Then you can go to 69. If you get through that, I think this really takes off. But we'll see. Maybe it needs to do more consolidation. Either way, that's a fat base that it is building right now. So spiders here inching up. By the way, a lot of people talking about engulfing candle yesterday. I even had it in the thumbnail. That's my sense of humor. But yeah, nice move here. We're in a chop zone, building out a structure for a move to 5,700. Don't make it any more complicated than that. If we don't get geopolitical problems next week, we're going to have neutral to upside, and very, very light volume, very low participation. Good time to take off if you can. I will be going on vacation, a little mini vacation, starting Thursday. So Friday video might be delayed or something of that nature. But outside of that, I'm going to wrap it up here. Again, you guys take care. Have a great weekend. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com. I'll see you guys all on Monday.